All right, so I'm going to show you how to do what's called compositions of functions. So the first one that I'm going to do is f of g of x. And that's typically written like this. So it goes f of g of x. And what that means is put the g function into the f function. So when you do a composition of functions, you always work from the inside out. So you're going to start with this function and work your way out. Okay. So what it means is everywhere you see an x in the f function, put g. So this means put g of x into f of x. So you always work from the inside out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the g of x function and we're going to put it into the f of x function. So we would say that f of g of x is equal to, so I'm going to write the f function in green still. So it would be 3 times, and now we're going to put the g function in there. So we're going to write 4 minus 2x squared in for the x. 4 minus 2x squared goes in for that x, and then we still have to add the 5. So everything that's in like the teal color is still your f of x, and we're just putting g of x, which is in purple, we're putting that into the f function. And then all you have to do is like a little bit of algebra here. So you would distribute the 3, and then we'll combine like terms. So this is 12 minus 6x squared plus 5. And so you get negative 6x squared plus 17. So that would be f of g of x. And so like let's go the opposite way. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do g of f of x. And we're going to work our way out. And that would look like this if you're writing it with kind of the circles and stuff. So it would look like that. Okay. So this means take the f function, so work from the inside out. Take the f function and put it into g. So we're going to start with the g function this time. And we're going to write 4 minus 2 times, and now we'll put the g function into the f function. So it would be 3x plus 5, and then quantity squared. So the g function is in purple, and all we did was take the f function and substitute it into the g function every time we saw an x. Now this is a little bit more complicated algebraically because you have to FOIL. So this 3x plus 5 squared, you would have to FOIL that out. So you could go off to the side and do it if you want. It's up to you. So, or if you can FOIL in your head, that's great. So this would be 9x squared plus 15x plus 15x plus 25. And then if you combine like terms, you get 9x squared plus 30x plus 25. And so I'm just going to come over here and substitute that in. So 4 minus 2 times this guy FOILed. So 9x squared plus 30x plus 25. Now when you distribute, make sure you distribute a negative 2. So this would be minus 18x squared minus 60x minus 50. And then combine like terms. So you would get negative 18x squared minus 60x minus 46. Okay, and then it seems like he also wanted you to plug in some numbers. And so once you have these, so this is my g of f of x, and this is my, change colors I guess, f of g of x. So, and let me kind of put some boxes around these so we can, make sure that we're, kind of paying attention to them. So if he wants you to do f of g of 1, so you would use this guy because that's the correct order. So f of g of 1, you can just plug 1 into here. So it would be negative 6 times 1 squared plus 17. So negative 6 plus 17 would give you 11. And then if he wanted you to do g of f of something, so g of f of, looks like he wanted you to do g of f of 2, you can just plug that in here. So negative 18 times 2 squared minus 60 times 2 minus 46. This is cute. So let's see, negative 18 times 4 minus 120 minus 46. So what's this? Negative 72, yeah, minus 120 minus 46. So let's see, negative 182 minus 46. So negative 8, 12, 5, 228, negative 228. Yeah, that seems right. Okay, so did I do something wrong there? Because you have a different answer than me. Was I supposed to do, is that a negative? I feel like you have a negative in your problem. I don't think that's right. You wrote g of f of 2, and then you plugged in negative 2. So I don't know if you have a number wrong somewhere, or if I was supposed to plug in negative 2. But if you look at your notes, you have g of f of 2, and then you plugged in negative 2. So I'm not sure where the mistake is. But either way, you're just plugging a number in. Okay? So start from the inside out. You plug in one function into the other. Okay, so I'll do like another one, like I'll set it up for you and then you can try it. So let's do f of x equals let's do 4 minus 5x, and then actually I'll do it differently. I'll make this one the quadratic. So 4 minus 5x squared, and then let's do g of x equals 2 minus 3x. So those are super creative. And so what I want you to do is, let me show you something actually. And this is what I was trying to tell you the other day. If he asks you to simply do f of g of, say, 2, that's f of g of 2, like that. You don't actually have to compose the function. Now, I know he wants you to do that, and he probably just wants you to do it for practice, but I want you to realize that if this is all you're being asked, you don't actually have to do everything I just did. You could just do g of 2. So if you get g of 2, that would be 2 minus 3 times 2. So that would be 2 minus 6. So that's negative 4. And then you put that into the f function. So now you do f of, because you're working from the inside out, right? You're going like that. So now you do negative 4 into the f function. So 4 minus 5, by the way, the 4 is from there, right? So 4 minus 5 times negative 4 squared. So that's 4 minus 5 times 16. So that's 4 minus 80, and then that's negative 72. So I'm not saying what you were doing earlier was incorrect. I'm just saying that if you're only asked for the number, you could just do it that way. So I'm going to go ahead and do f of g of 2, or I'm sorry, f of g of x with you. So that's f of g of x. And if you want to try it, just pause the video. This means we're going to take the g function and plug it into the f function. So here, I'm going to write the f function. There's f. And I'm going to plug the g function into it, where I see x. There. Okay? And then we just simplify it. So this would be 4 minus 5 times. If you FOIL this, you get 4 minus, so you would get minus 6x, which is negative 12x. And then 3x times 3x would be 9x squared. So you get 4 minus 20 plus 60x minus 45x squared. And I'm just going to clean this up. So negative 45x squared plus 60x minus 16. Now, if we're going to try this again. If we're going to do f of g of 2, I should be able to plug 2 in here and get the same answer. I should get -4, right? So let's see what I get. So I get -45 times 2 squared plus 60 times 2 minus 16. So this is -45 times 4 plus 120 minus 16. So what's this? 180, -180, right? 16, yeah. -180 plus 120 minus 16. -60 minus 16, -76. Those answers are supposed to match, and it's just because I'm a dummy. This is -76. Like, I'm sorry. I was being stupid. Okay, so that's -76. They match. That's what I wanted to show you.